Okay, welcome to the second video in this, chill modeling session series that I'm doing at the moment, where I'm building out a Destiny scene, which is mainly focusing around a ghost somewhere in the tower and building out some elements that are going to be in there. Trying to build out this really nice, nostalgic, really beautiful Destiny kind of vibe. So in the last video, we built out a ghost. We did the shell, we did the eye, we did some texturing. I have gone ahead and I was trying to find what was going to be the next thing that I wanted to build out. And then I was looking at my blockout scene and I was thinking of like a chest and a few things like that. And then I actually, in between videos, in my practicing sessions, I had a really great idea on a few of the things. And one of the things that I did was I went and got a chest. So this chest that I'm using, I decided to go for an open faced chest, the ones that have sort of like a merchant or like a oh, what's the word? There's like a word for everyone knows this word. It was in Skyrim, and you could like an alchemist, an alchemy chest, So that's what we're going to build out today. I will link the photo that I'm using today in the description. But if you find another photo that suits your vibe, please, by all means, please go ahead. This is just a chill modeling session, not really a tutorial of sorts, more of just like a come and model with me and just chat and hang out and yeah. Now what I want to do, I wouldn't mind actually putting on some music actually in this one. So I'm a big fan of Sleep Token. So Sleep Token, me lord, I'll put on some of that for now. Hopefully it doesn't get flagged. I'll just put on like a nice bit of background music. I don't have premium, so I hope that's not a problem. Sometimes there'll be ads, but who cares? Who gives a fuck? Alrighty. So as you can see here, we have got the we've got the chest, and it's all open faced. It's got some nice compartments here. It's got a book there, which I really like. And again, I'm going to link this picture into the description, and we'll go from there. All right. So what I like about this one here is that even though these drawers are there, I'll be putting the ghost there, and I will definitely put some books and a scroll, a few things like that. And I was also thinking of putting in an engram or two. And then, yeah, I thought that'd be pretty cool, some engrams, because as we know, engrams is always a common decorating tool for Destiny around the tower, especially when there's events on. So yeah, I'm gonna get ripping into that. So we'll start off with a cube and this bad boy right here. So I feel like it hasn't gonna be that big. I feel like if we go to the toolbox here, if we just go one, even that's gonna be too big. If you go 0.5, like 50 centimeters on the Z, I reckon we just go, let's say 0.4. Oh no, 0.4 on the X, and we'll probably keep that one probably as maybe 0.6. I reckon that'd be pretty good. If we bring the ghost in, yeah, it's gonna be way too small. All right, let's start again. I'll go through and I'll go along on the Y, and let's go 1.6 looks pretty good. And we'll go 0.8. Yeah, I like that. All right, so we'll get it lined up. It's about right here. And that right there. Yeah, I like that. Looks pretty good. Probably could even bring this back along the x-axis just a little bit more, because it'll be a little bit more open-faced. Cool, excellent, great. So I'll apply that. And then we can get rid of that ghost again. Cool, alrighty. So what I like about this one here, so I'll rename this one chest. So we'll start off by getting some compartments going on in here. So that's gonna be really easy. So we'll go into here, face, face, X, faces. All right, now what's going to be probably most important is if we get the spacing right. So in here, I'll get boom, 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 and then I'll go out like that. Just give it a bit of thickness. Cool. And with this one here, with this face, we're going to want to make these vertices nice and straight. So if I go here, and we're going to go K, straight down, boom, and then over to the next one, boom, straight down, boom, cool, enter. Excellent, that's going to be a lot better now, instead of it being a lot more of an Engon. Oh, it wasn't really an Engon, was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Yeah, that's all good. All right, still, it's going to be a bit more of a trapezoid, so we didn't want that. So we're going to actually give it a bit of an inset, and then that'll be our opportunity to go out as a draw. Is that going out thicker, is it? Or is that just the... No, that's just the vertices. I probably got mine set a bit too big. But what I'll do is I'll hit this bad boy right here, and I'll probably go a bit more out, and then hit this one here, and there we go. Cool. And that way, if I hit that one, that'll look like it's going to be the draw that comes back in and sits flush against the front here, which I think will look pretty good. Cool. All right, excellent. So what we're going to do now, let's add in a couple of loop cuts. So I'll add in 2 there. Probably right there is actually be pretty good. If I just go here, bring it a bit more. Excellent. Now I don't need to select the other ones, but what I'll do is I'll go on here, cool, and I'm going to just give them a bit of a bevel, just one section, and yep, that's pretty good. And then all I gotta do is hit boom, boom, and then I'm going to put on magnet, and I'll put it onto edge, and I'll just, right there, cool. Nice, and then that's going to snap to that edge. So make sure when you do that, and then make sure you turn editing off. But what's going to happen now is we're going to have an overlap of vertices. So we're going to go to vertices right here, and we're going to go boom, 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 and we're going to press M, merge by, I don't know, hang on, maybe I'm all sweet. Nope, yep, that's where it is. So hit here, here, and there we go. Yep, and in X-ray mode, you're able to do it because then it can select both vertices at once rather than just selecting the top one. So if I pick here, yep, that's what you want, essentially. You don't want it to be overlapping. It's going to create more unnecessary geometry, and it's going to create a texturing issue. So in here, same thing, boom, and boom. Cool, excellent, and that's going to work nicely now, and that's going to give us that nice compartment right here. It looks like we have a nice divot right there. Maybe that's going to be a section for later on. So there's an interesting thing that I found out that, hang on, let me just, yep, there we go. So if I go here, and then if I got to go give it a bevel on just one, right, or maybe 2, if I go like so, and then if I press P, I can actually push it in as a 90-degree angle. So you can actually push it in and give it that nice 90-degree angle, which is what I can see that one there has got. So if I go, oh, Jesus, that went right to the spot I wanted it to, but right there, those 2 notches, that's what we're going for. So I'll go back to the chest. Cool. I think I'll give that just a little, oh no, I'll put a bevel modifier on it later, and I won't worry about that. Sweet, so as we can see here, we've got these bad boys here. So again, I'm gonna keep the ghost because I want the ghost to sit right there, and I'll be able to decorate that. So we'll keep this section all right here, and I reckon some engrams can go in here. I reckon that might be too small because I think about an engram, if you think about how big it is, it's actually pretty decent. Like it's pretty decent size. Like it'd probably be up to a human's knees if you had to think about it. So an engram in here, It'll be pretty all right. Maybe a couple of small ones. I'll probably just, you know, jimmy it up a little bit and probably be sitting in there. Alrighty, and maybe with the, I wonder if the books would go better in the middle here. That seems more appropriate for books. I reckon I'm up with the books in the middle here, and then I'll leave this as it is. So cool, fantastic. Alrighty, now what we're going to do is we're going to go. This is going to be a bit of work for later. Boom, boom, boom. I'm going to go Alt X. Oh, not that one. Control X or yep, Control X or whichever one you have on your PC or not. And then we're going to go duplicate. We're going to press cancel out P, and then we're going to. Oh no, we'll keep it in this one here. We won't worry about putting anyone else. Cool. Nope. Whoa, what has happened there? Cool. That's what I wanted. All right, so I just want this like that, okay? That way I can put it up here. And it's the exact right dimensions, right? So if I go down, right there, cool. So now I know that's sitting about the right size. I don't know why it's not sitting at, because that's one. I'll get rid of this. And let me do it again. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Some scaling issue. Cool, excellent, fantastic. Well, now that we've got that one there, what we want to do is we want to be able to put this ready for our hinges and stuff like that. So I want to try and line this up. So I'll bring this back just a little bit. Cool, just like that. And then I'll choose this edge right here, number 2, and I'll go cursor to selected. It's going to get back, smack bang in the middle. And this bad boy right here, I'll change this to 3D cursor. And then I'm going to rotate it up like that. Simple. That way you know it's going to be in line, all sweet, and then might even bring it up a little bit. That's going to be really good there. Cool. Excellent. That's going to be our lid. All right, we'll give that a little bit of geometry. Excellent. So that's looking pretty good right there. Alrighty. So then what we want to get into. Excellent. So on this face right here, now we've got a little bit of geometry, we can start to add a little bit more to it. So getting that one on right there, let's inset it just a scooch, and we're going to push that. There we go. Oh, there we go. Cool. Excellent. Now let's recreate these bad boys here. Looks like. You can just join them right here, which is fantastic. And then, and again, this isn't going to be exact. It can just be eyeballed. It's not going to matter too much. Let's get rid of these bad boys. Fantastic. Cool. So that's looking like pretty good. If it was going to lean back over, it'd be sitting on these bad boys right here. Fantastic. All right. We'll hit. We got. Looks like we got. Looks like we're not going to be able to. So if I just go here and subdivide. Nope. Nope. Cool. Fantastic. Doesn't seem to do it if I go with the face, but if I go, oh sweet, that's subdivided as well, which is good. Cool. All right. Now what I'll do is just go boom, boom. That one. And two. Let's go this one here. Subdivide. Oh wait, not that one. That one down there. Subdivide. Cool. That one to that one and join. Fantastic. All right. So let's look at these bad boys. We got one in the middle here, and then we got two. So let's get that one there. No, don't do that. We'll just go here like this. Excellent. Boom, boom. Nope. It's all good. No, I'll just leave it there. It's above my skill level. Cool, there we go. Actually, I'll get rid of this one as well. We'll get all these. Cool. And we can give them a bit of a bevel. Fantastic. Nope. I just want to hit these bad boys. I wonder if I can just delete some of this geometry. That way it's not going to be a pest. Fantastic. Excellent. Cool. And we'll give this one a bit more up here. Nope. If I can. There we go. That's what I wanted to do before. Cool. Yeah, it's not looking too bad. Cool. And we'll chuck in a cylinder. Haven't got to worry about being too much geometry. We're not going to see it. It's going to be very small. We'll just go boom. Really quite small. We want it to be up here as sort of like a little hinge. Make it a bit smaller. Excellent. Let's chuck some these bad boys in here. Cool. Just give it a little bit there. Yep. Excellent. And then what we'll do is we'll just get another cylinder. And we're going to run our first Boolean and just take this up to 64. Fantastic. Auto smooth. Excellent. Great. And we're just going to there, make that little notch there when you grab a hold with your fingers. Excellent. And I'll just bring it over here like that. And I'll just eyeball the angle. Cool, it's pretty good. Alrighty, now we want to put that up a bit higher. Don't worry, I'm not going to like that there. Yeah, it's pretty good there. Cool, and then with this one, I'm going to get this one. Alright, so you can get this tool. And I'm going to go in there like that. Boom. And around there like that. Cool. Actually, what I'll do, boom. Faces, yep, cool. Boom to boom, J, and then boom to boom, J, and then this one, and then command to that. Oh no. Cool. Excellent. And then they can just go. Cool. And then this one and this one can just face off. Excellent. Nice. Let's see how we go with this one. And we'll just go. Oh, fantastic. That looks pretty good. Alrighty, things are coming along quite nicely. Great. Excellent, fantastic, great. All right, let's make some hinges right here. Make some hinges. Alrighty, so we'll jump back out of this one here. And what I'll do, yep, that's already there. Great, I'm going to add in a plane. And then I'm going to scale that right down. And I'll just get nice and close so I can make sure it's going to be all good there. Yeah, looks pretty good. Yeah. Cool. And then what I'll do, tab, subdivide. I'll just get rid of, oh, no, I don't want that anymore. I just want box select. Cool. And then those vertices can go. Cool. And these vertices can just go back a little bit, just like that. Cool. Fantastic. All right, now that we got that, we can actually send this, we'll probably get, all right, this way. About there. Yeah. I feel like, yeah, three will be good. 3 will be good, but I'll probably even go more actually, if I'm being honest with you. I reckon that'd be probably not enough. 4 will be probably really good. Cool. I'm going to add an array modifier. I'll just add a legacy one, And we just want that to go down the Y. Why? Because I got her. Now we're going to give that a bit more space, and boom, boom. And we'll give it just a bit more. Yep, that looks pretty good there. And that looks a lot more. All right. I wonder if I can origin to geometry. Oh no. Let's just go origin to 3D cursor because it's in the middle. Cool. Excellent. Alrighty. So now that everything I do on this one is going to be applied to that one. Alrighty. So we'll get here. Let's get rid of that. Awesome. Let's add in a cylinder. All the way down. And then all the way down here. Even smaller. Let's get it up here like that. Right down there. Cool. Cool, just like that. Excellent. So let's do that there. Yep, it's adding along. Fantastic. All right. So we're going to get this whole thing right here, and then we're going to duplicate, and then that there, and we're going to rotate like that there. Cool. And we'll put this up here like that. And then let me hit this one. No, I want that. Yep, there we go. I want to link that one, and then I want to bring this down just a bit more like that there. All right, so where are we sitting? All right, this is probably not going to look aesthetically pleasing, so I'll have to fix this up a little bit. But on the grand scheme of it, it actually looks pretty good. It's pretty flush with the angle, which I like. Cool, it's looking pretty good. And that's applied to all the ones down there, which is what you want. So you haven't got to do all the work 4 times. You can just, bang it out. Cool, I like that. I'm going to hit these 2 ends right here. I'm going to give them an inset. And I'm going to give them an extrude. Alt S. That way. And then I'm going to bevel. I know it's not going to be really seen, but it's just something that I want to do. Just so I can know that I'm, just putting out a little bit extra. Because again, that's what Destiny deserves. Oh, if your bevel is still going in, like I showed you last time, it like that. Yep, like that. You got to go pull it back out. Press P again and pull it back out. That way it's going to be outwards now. Cool, fantastic. Cool, it's a good looking bevel there. Alrighty, let's get origin to geometry right there, and let's get this cursor to selected. We're going to chuck in some screws. So, if you haven't got it, you want to go to Edit, Preferences, and you're going to go to Extra Mesh Tools, Extra Mesh Objects. You're going to want to put that bad boy in there. Cool. So then when I go on here, I can go add in a bolt. Now the bolt will come on here, and I'm going to go into, bolt, and then I'm going to go Allen, that's not Allen, Phillips. I want to go Phillips, and then the head, I want to go a pan head, no. I want to go, nope. Cap, nope. Countersink? Yeah, but there we go. Countersink. So countersink there, and that's looking pretty good. I don't, the flippin' flamin', what is it? It's looking pretty big. Actually, what I'll do, I'm gonna go back into this. I'll do the exact same thing, but I'll bring the bolt in edit mode. That way the edit will actually bring it in. So this one's gonna be a bit more like that there. Cool, and they're following along there, which is good. Let me just go that there. Nice. Cool. Oh man. I didn't want to get out of the thing. Yeah, that'll do. It's fun. Cool. All right. Down there like that. Cool. And they can just go down like that. Cool. And then you'll go to the side, that one, and then, because it's there, and then I'm gonna go that one, no, Y, 180. Ah, it's all over the place. There we go. Cool. And that's like that there. And if I go, I just want to get that, and give it a little bevel, make it look pretty decent. And the same thing on the back. And give it a little bevel. And now we've got our hinges. Alrighty, so we'll go this one. I'm just gonna get that up a bit more. And let's just get this out a little bit. There we go, cool. Fantastic, all right. And now all those bad boys are all following along in suit. I don't know why this one looks all over the place. Maybe have I done some? I think I don't know why, but it just wasn't faced. There we go, there we go. For some reason it wasn't faced, for some reason, I don't know why. Great, cool. All right, we're gonna go back on this one and we're gonna make the bottom here. Oh, just gonna get that one, that one, that one. Yep, cool. And we'll come along and, no, oh man. I'm gonna come up with its normals. Or if I just go, there we go. Just like that. Great. Cool, now that looks a lot more in line. Looks fantastic. Excellent, so we're coming along pretty good as a, you know, as a chest. Cool. And Destiny music is playing in the background. How good's that? How good's that? Cool. All right, so this is actually looking pretty good. What I wouldn't mind doing, I'm gonna add in the handles on the side, and then I'm gonna add in the texturing, or maybe add the books, and I'm gonna get the books to go in the middle here, and then I'm gonna get the texturing to go on there. Cool, so Shift C resets the view. So let's get this sitting, actually let's just apply, cool. And we're gonna parent this to that. That way when they move, they all move. Sweet, and let's just hide that bad boy. And we'll get, oh, I need to press G. right there. Fantastic. Right there. Cool. Great. Really coming along there. So we can bring this bad boy back in. Cool. Doesn't really give you much of like how it shuts the front. It just shows that that's what happens with, you know, this is what's going on. It doesn't really have like a, I wonder if that's sort of like a, you know, pulls it back up sort of thing. Probably could bring this out a bit further, but I don't really think it's going to matter. You can sort of like, actually no, I reckon it'll probably look pretty good. I reckon if what we do, let's go on a side view. Let's come right in and we're going to go to X-ray view, that whole thing right there, and we're going to bring that out this way. Cool. And then we can bring it down a little bit like that. Cool. I reckon that'll look pretty good because once it's sitting out there in like in the real world and it's like it's doing its thing, that's when you want to. I wonder if the bevel modifier will work now. It looked like it did something. Chuck in the weighted normal. No, that definitely fucked something up. Oh, I want this above, like that there. Keep sharp. Alrighty, that's not going in. We'll keep those there though. Oh, we'll keep that up there. Cool. Alrighty, fantastic. So now we're going to chuck some books in here. So books. I reckon if we get 3 books. So let's chuck in a cube. We'll scale that down and we want to get that up to sit in there. So we're going to go down a little bit more. Oh, I better change my origin back to individual origins. So that can sit in there like that. Probably go down a bit further. Probably go down to sit down there. And then we want to go, bring it all the way in, about the size of a book. If you're having trouble seeing, you can change your studio lighting. Like, you can change your studio lighting so you can see a bit better. It is harder in orthographic view though. What I can do, if you have this, you can go random, no, not that one, random, there we go, theme. So this one here, if you go to that and you go to colors and random, that way when you go to orthographic view, you can actually see a bit better. It's not going to be harder on the eyes. So that's going to be a bit better there. Cool. All right. So, yeah, it's pretty good. We'll go, oh no, just this one. Right there. We want that to be just touching like that. Cool. All right, so that's looking, probably bring it back just a little bit more like that. Doesn't really need to be, you know. And then we can bring it across. Let's set this back to global. Cool, and then you can even have that like rotating to sit there like that, you know, just give it a bit more life, you know what I mean? And then that way when we go across, we can go, boom. And then that way you can even go across more, you know, and you can make it look a little bit more, yeah. And this one, it has got to be sitting up and going the other way. Yep, and this one going to just lift up a little bit so it's not coming out into the ground. And this one will do the same thing, so it's sitting in the ground. And cool, nice. So what I did then, I also did Alt D or Option D rather than doing Shift D. So they're all the same. You know, that way, if I go on here and go on Edit, they all go up at the same time. They can all have the same thing applied to them. All right, so boom. We're going to chuck this in here. Now that's /, and that just isolates that one item. So what I'll do, I'm going to apply the scale. Yep, apply. Good. Alrighty, so here we're going to go boom, boom, and boom. And what we're going to do is we're going to extrude Alt S to bring that down a little bit. And 1, 2, 3. Extrude Alt S to give it a little bit of thickness. And we're going to give it a bit of a bevel. Excellent, just like that. Cool. Nice. Great. Now this isn't going to be too difficult. What I would do actually, I'm going to get a hold of this face. I'm going to give it a spine like that. I'm just going to grab a hold of this one here. And I'm going to put on proportional editing and grab a hold and, oh no, I just want to isolate it there and give it a bevel. Nice. Cool. And that gives it a little bit of a spine, you know what I mean? Is it perfect? No. Am I having fun? Fucking yes. And chuck a bevel on there. Great. Nice. Then we've got like a nice book, and that is looking pretty good there. That can just go. That can just go. I don't really want them there. I can just, you know, do whatever when I'm finished with it. Great. So that's looking pretty good. All right. So this is what we want to do. So if you look at this book right here, it's got a bit going on. All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to go back to, I'm going to rename this to book. Right here. Let's actually go through, and we're going to do a few tricks to make sure we can actually, all right, so we're going to go 1, 2, and then we're going to go 1, 2, 3. So we're going to go, I don't want these ones though. Something's going on over there. All right, I'm going to give them a little bevel, just a short bevel, not much, just right there. And then we can start going into our materials, and I'm going to give a new material, assign, gold. Cool. And that'll be gold spines, right? And then this one here, I'm going to go through, boom, boom, like that one there. And we'll go, actually, do this one here as well. Give it a bit of a little bevel, just a little bit. Yep, and we're going to assign that one to that one as well. Get those ones. New assign, and this is going to be title, or that's not how you spell title. Cool, and then this to here, this to here, this to here, this to here, and this to here will all be leather. Cool. So if I go gold, select. I don't want these ones. I don't want that. What I'll probably do, I'll probably get this, and I'll just delete this geometry. I don't really want it. Cool. And I'll get right in there. Boom, 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 boom. I just don't want that geometry because I don't want it to be throwing off the. Actually, no, I'll keep those there. Cool. Great. That's one face. Cool. Great. Nice. So gold, select. so I can, cool, assign, better give this one, assign, pages. Cool. So if I go gold, select, great. Title, select, nope. Title, select, yep. Leather, select, great. Pages, select. Fantastic, that's looking pretty good. All right, so we're in here. We're gonna go to the shading tab. Got material view here. We're gonna go gold. Excellent. Alrighty, so this bad boy here. Materials, gold, nope. Gold. Let's get like a nice, yeah, like a nice damaged gold. I don't want it to be, that looks good. Let's try that one. Oh. You know what I didn't do? I didn't UV unwrap it. There we go. Probably doesn't look like much right now, but once I put more materials on there, it'll look better. Increase that scale. Let's try again. Old gold? Yeah, that's what you want. Let's try that one. Yeah, that looks way better already. Way better. It looks way better like book gold. Give it more scale. Yeah, I like that. That's way better. Cool. All right, so title. We're gonna go blue leather. We'll try that one. Let's see if it comes back with anything decent. I don't want it to be like just a raggedy ass leather. I want some bitch leather, you know? I want some baller leather. Okay. Interesting choices. What do we got here? What if I go navy? Doesn't really matter because if I get it, I can just change the hue in the geometry nodes. I will probably use that brown leather for, we'll go leather. I'll try that just for the leather while I'm already here. Oh, doesn't that look good? Jeez. Oh, jeez, that looks good. Let's add a bit more. Oh, wow. That turned out way better than I thought. Cool. Title. All right, we want that navy blue. See what this one looks like. I mean, it's not terrible. I haven't unwrapped it. It's not terrible. What I'll do, I want that to be, yeah, I don't want it to be, let's give it some more scale. I like that, it's got like a really nice dimply sort of thing going on. On the gold, I wouldn't mind adding a little bit of emish. Just a bit of a mesh. No, it's too much. 0.03, yeah. Just to make it up a bit lighter. Well, I tell you what, this book is coming along. Oh, what a fucking banger of a song. All right, this is probably going to be a tall order. Pages. Let's just see if this is actually something that it actually does. Paper. heavy. Yeah, right. It's actually got materials for paper. It's even got cardboard. Yeah, right. Well, I'm going to have a crack at doing this by myself. So I'm going to go pages. Cool. Select. It's got, yep, them all sorted. All right, cool. So I'm going to UV unwrap that one there. Now, this one's really simple. All you got to do is just give it a little bit of color. So you haven't got to give it too much. Probably got to go down a bit of the brightness and give it a little bit of yellow, that nice page yellow sort of thing. What we're going to do in the base color is we're going to go color ramp, and then we're going to go a noise texture like that, and we're going to get the number, the scale up really quite high, and the detail can go up quite high as well, and the roughness can go up quite high. But what I'm going to do something a bit different. So Control T to put on your mapping node. So I'm probably going to have to do some jimmying when it comes to this. I'm going to actually new pages vertical. There we go. Cool. So then if I go these pages here, I'm actually going to get it to go across the x-axis. I'm going to scale it across the x-axis like, I don't know, like that. There we go. And that's going to give it like that sort of page sort of look. So I might just get it back a little bit more. If I go 0, excellent. That's actually pretty good. And that's working there as well. Great. So if I give it some more, see that looks like a book. That actually looks like a book. How good's that look?
So good.
It looks like a book. Fucking go me. All right, so we're going to do the exact same thing. Going to go, what is it? All. Control C, vertical, on here, paste, boom. I don't need these two. They can just get out of here. And then I'll get this color right here. Now, I'm going to do the exact same thing, but I'm going to go along the Z axis now. And that can just go down to 0. And yeah, that works. Holy fuck. I mean, I knew it. I knew it. Now, if I come back in here, we have got a book in the chest. And that's looking like a thing here. Should I be a bit pedantic and go and get a title? I wouldn't mind it actually. All right. Now, I've actually got that there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go here. Actually, no, I'm going to go by the blue. Cool. Excellent. All right, let's get this. Let's get these out here. And we're going to go over here, and I'm going to get a mixed color. Oh my God. Cool. Now, with this one, I'm going to go down, and I'm going to get an image texture. And I've got one in my downloads that I did of a Destiny symbol. Right here. Cool. All right. So that's a lot. So we're going to control map that one. And we're going to take the scale all the way down. Oh no, I don't want to tile it. I just want the one. What I might do, and then I want it to be on. Factor. There you go. Repeat. I just want the one. Flat box. Let's reset this. I don't know what that does. Go flat. Or what we'll do, get rid of that, and that can go right through here. Cool. Let's go in here, and we'll get blue leather, and we're going to go right there, and UV, yep, unwrap. Cool. And I wonder if we go to UV editing, right there. Now, if I go open, downloads, open image, cool. That didn't quite work. What I might need to do, I'll go back to shading. I will go back and do the mixed color. And then I'll just try it again. I know, oh man. And if I go UV editing, oh, there we go. That's what I wanted. There we go. And then what I'll do, back in the shading, I'll actually rename that. If I go here and I go select the whole thing, I'll just go symbol. That's not how you spell symbol. I don't know if that's how you spell symbol for a second there. It's fucking throw me right off. Cool. And then what I'll do is boom, boom, with that one there. Cool there. I'll put a new one, assign. Great. And then new, and then blue leather. And then what I'll do, go back into here. Oh, I'll go here. All, except for that one. Oh, hang on. All. Get rid of those two. Nope. All. That one. Paste. Rid of that one. Yeah, that works. Cool. Yeah, that looks really good. Great. Nice. Now we got a book that's sitting in there. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Looks flippin' flamin' unreal. So we go back into here, here, boom, like that. Now we can get it to go here. And I'm gonna get it to rotate to sit there. And then right there. Looks pretty good. Gonna leave it as it is. Cool, cool. All right, so we're coming along pretty good. Now what we're gonna do is let's go through, we can just hide these books. This chest, we wanna go through now, and we wanna go through, actually, before I do that, let's go through and apply, oh, I've already done that. Plain hinges. Cool. Let's go shading. Let's go brass. And this one, it's going to be so small, it doesn't really matter. I'm not really too fussed about how this one looks. That looks pretty good already. Yeah, fine. All smart UV, yep, cool. That looks pretty good already. Happy with that, yeah. Might even give it a little bit more scale. Yeah, bit of scratches, screws look good, fantastic. Cool, got that out of the way. Now, we'll go into this one. So, we'll go, yep. All right, so this is our first bit. Assign, new, we're gonna go draw, wood. Cool, and this whole one right here. Yep, we'll go darker wood. I might even go boom, 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 boom. And I'm going to put them in the draw wood as well. And then one, oh, yep, might get a bit closer. All this I'm gonna put into darker wood, assign. Cool, now I'm gonna go select, select, and then, for some reason that's chosen everything. That's not what I wanted. Assign. Cool. All right. Now if I go that one, select. Yep, that one's good. That one, select. Oh, it's done everything. All right, we'll get rid of this one. Let's get rid of that one. Let's go again. I have no idea who that is. New, assign. We're gonna go draw, wood. Great. Now, if I go that one, and then select, great. Is that? I think it's that. Didn't quite work. I'm not too worried. So I go that one, select. Whoops. Cool. Okay, that one. That one. That one can go to brass. Cool. Yep, excellent. All right, let's go draw wood. Now for the draw wood, we want it to be a bit lighter, a bit easier. We want it to be too much because it's just going to be the interior wood, as you can see on this one here. I might even give it a little bit more to work with. I'm just going to write old wood. Ah, that one right there. That just screams out to me. This one. We'll try this one out. Right. Let's go here. Here, old wood. Select. There we go. Oh, that actually looks pretty good. That actually looks pretty decent. I'm going to get it to just go a bit more scale. Oh, love that. That's fantastic. All right, let's try darker wood on this one. Let's try this one. Right. That looks pretty good as well. give a bit more scale. I want to tile. Well, that was pretty good, but this one here has got a bit of a lighter sort of thing. So what I want to do on the outside, let's go. All right, we're going to give these sign outer wood. Cool. And that was going to give more of a outer sort of feel to it. Let's have a look at what we can find. Oh, that one looks nice. Scratched old wood. That could be us. That could be it. Yeah, see, I like that a lot better. Yeah, that one looks really good. I really like that. What I'm going to do, I want to, let's get those bad boys in there like that. And we're going to go boom, 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 boom. And we're just going to give it a bit of geometry like it looks like it's going with the wood grain. So let's just give it a small bevel. Not much. Just like that. Cool. And then what we're going to do, actually, yep, just like that. And now the painstaking. Let's just go here like that. Hang on. I'm going to have to go close for this because I want to do this nicely. No. Oh, bugger. Cool. Now, what I'll do, I'm just going to what if I just go like this? I don't want those to be selected, but I probably should have just deleted this geometry at the start. It definitely didn't need to be selected. All right, I'm going to get rid of these as well. Where's the music? Cool. And that gives a bit more of a wood panel sort of look, and voila. Does it look okay? God, I hope so. Now that I look at it, I'm not really feeling this one here. So I'm going to, let's get a different kind of wood going on. Let's get something different on this one here. I want it to be a lot lighter. Yeah, like that. And we'll just ramp up the scale. wonder if I go in there, if I go cube projection. It's pretty good. All right, let's. Get a bit of difference there. And you know what I definitely want to learn, but I want to learn Substance Painter. That's for sure, eh? I reckon Substance Painter would be banger to learn. Awesome. Cool. Okay, fantastic. Let's go back to our layout. All right, I don't want this. Excellent. All right, cool. So let's get our books in. Cool. Book, book, book. Nice, fantastic. Let's get our ghost in. Where is it sitting? Select objects. Cool. All right. I think. There we go. Now I'm wondering if this box is too small. Too big, sorry. Or if the ghost should be bigger. I don't know. Just going to do a little bit of messing around here just to get it to sit nicely. That looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Something is going on with the eye. All right, let's go back because I didn't notice that till just then. There we go. Cool. Now that's what's going on. All right. And keep transform. Cool, excellent. Now we can go back to what I was doing. Have it out a bit. Nice. Cool. Now then when we put a camera here, that'll look pretty good. I like that. More than that. Cool. Now, before we finish up, I've only got one last thing I wanted to chuck in. So I can hide this now. Right, so in this bad boy here now, I've gone ahead and put in some engrams. Now, as we know, engrams are from Destiny, and I have put them in right here. And if you look at them in rendered view, I've made them glass and I've made them look like a prime engram. Cool. Now I'm going to run through how to do that as the last bit of this video, and then I'll finish up this video because it's already gone for way too long. I just get too far caught up in it. I just love it so much. It's just a lot of fun. Cool. All right. So I'm going to leave this one right here, and I'm going to wonder if that one, if the one in the middle will scale up as well. It did. Fantastic. Cool. All right, let's put this one in here. And we're going to go... we're going to put it in there. Just to sit right there snug. Right there. Cool. And then on this one, let's go. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. All right, hang on. Let's get rid of that one. All right, we're going to get the whole select items. Both of them. Cool. Let's just go this. There we go. That's what I wanted right there. Nice. Cool. Like that there. And then maybe have it rotating a bit there, and then I'll just give it a bit of offset there, and I don't want it to be in anything. Cool. All right, so to round out this video, great. So now we have a full thing there, which is pretty Destiny. It's pretty Destiny coded, that is. All right, so what we'll do, we'll go through and we'll just hide everything. And I'll quickly show you how to go and do the engram, and then that'll be it. So if we go into our, cool, excellent, our layout view, and get on there, sweet, excellent. All right, so what we're gonna do first up is we're gonna add in a plane. Okay, that's the first thing we're gonna do. Get that nice and square. All right, and then we're gonna go into geometry nodes, and we're gonna make a new node tree, get rid of the group input. We're gonna add in an icosphere. We're gonna connect that via the geometry, and then we're gonna add in a dual mesh. Now, a dual mesh is gonna turn it into the pentagonal dodecahedron. And then we're gonna add in a transform geometry. It's that simple, and we're just gonna turn that down to 0.3. Cool, very, very simple. Now, what the dual mesh does is it turns all the points into faces and faces into points, essentially. Or vertices if you're nasty. So we're gonna go back to layout. We're gonna apply that geometry. Okay, we need to apply that geometry. In edit mode, face mode, all, we're going to inset the faces. So double tap right to get the individual faces, only a little bit. Alt-E, extrude along normals, just a little bit. And we're gonna repeat that process one more time. Just like so, and then shade smooth, and add modifier, bevel, 1, 2, 3, boom, looks nice and beautiful. Apply those. Apply those. Cool. In your shading tab, all right, from here, I'm gonna add a new principal BSDF, and we're gonna add in a mix shader right there. And from here, I'm gonna add in a glass shader, just like that. We're going to change our color directly to the right. So a little bit of purple, a little bit of blue. Let's get that up there looking good. Going to take the roughness down to 0.250. The transmission, we're going to turn that all out to 1, like so. And then from here, what we're going to do is we're going to get the emission down And we're going to add a Fresnel to the strength. And then we're going to add on the blend, we're going to add a color ramp from here. Okay, and we're going to bring that black about halfway over, and then we're going to change that directly to the middle of purple right there. Cool, just like that. Now, when you go to rendered mode, looks pretty good there. We're going to change that color there, but you also want to change the emission to that nice purple there as well. And then on the base color, you want to add in a noise texture, change it to 4D, then you get the scale up to whatever you're feeling good about there, like so. You can add in a bit of a color ramp if you want to. I didn't do it because I changed the color to black and white. I know, she's all sweet. Excellent. And then when you get the 4D, turn that detail right up. When you get that 4D, you can get in nice and close. Then you can actually scale the 4D so it has a nice bit of technical sort of moving source around the edges, which is really good. Cool, excellent, nice. And then to get the other one, all you're going to do is just Shift D, scale it right down, and with this one here, give it its own material, and you're just going to change these over to yellow. Very easy. Just like that. And remember, you're in charge of the color ramp here and how much emission material it has. And that's it. Cool, excellent. So just go into layout and get rid of that. Nope. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, I don't want that. Let's get that to move. Oh, I'll do it in a second. Cool. So if we get the camera, where are we at? All right. So I get the camera. Oh my God. Just that one. There we go. And we go 90, 180, and then here, here, there, like that, like that. You can see how this is now all really coming together as a scene. It's really coming together, which is fantastic. Awesome. All right, well, I'm going to leave it there. So today we did the books, we did the texturing, we did some engrams. We got a huge part of the scene going on. And yeah, stay tuned for the next one. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a great day. It's Saturday for me right now. I'll upload this video next week. I'll have a bit of editing to do on it. Make sure you look after yourself. Be happy. Send me a message if you're having any dramas. Always happy to help out. And yeah, all the best.